All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shati from the Chicago camp coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. And this video that you're about to see here, it just goes to show what's wrong with this world, okay? Where you can actually do something that's morally right and get punished for it. Okay, this is the type of world that we live in where somebody can still do a good deed and even do something that's above and beyond what a person should do, and they still get crapped on. All right. So you're about to see this video about a guy named Michael Harris who did something above and beyond what he was supposed to do.
Listening to this bullshit, Joshua Noah and Marquise Porter Doyle decide that they're going to walk into a Starbucks in St. Louis, Missouri, and they are going to rob the employees that happen to be working that day. Now let me introduce you to Michael Harris. Michael Harris happens to be the barista that was working that day, and he decided that absolutely not, that I am not going to let those guys rob the store. Matter of fact, I'm going to protect all the other employees in the store. So he took down the perpetrators and threw them on the ground and took their guns away and waited for the police to come because he had someone call 911, and they're both arrested. Do you know how Starbucks rewarded this kid? They fired him. They let him go. They said in the company employee handbook, if you are to step up against perpetrators, you will lose your job. Let me leave a clear message to Starbucks as a man that spends $5 to $10 a day, 7 days a week, 365 days out a year, that you will not see one penny from midnight. And I'm calling out to everybody of my followers of this forum to protest against Starbucks until I get a confirmation that this kid's got his job back. And that's all I got to say about that. Take it up your ass, you woke company, and we will not be spending another damn dollar at Starbucks until that kid gets a promotion. I hear that he's in management and he's got his job secured in St. Louis, Missouri. That's all I got to say about that. Midnight, I am out. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Are you?
Yep, you heard that right. A young man who wanted to protect his fellow co-workers has now lost his job. Now I'm sure that Starbucks, like a few other businesses, now they have a clause where if such an event happens like this, you're not to do anything because these things are insured. But even with that still, what if he said he was trying to protect the other employees? Like, he probably couldn't give a damn about the stuff. That's secondary. His main thing was making sure that these guys didn't hurt the employees. Yeah, he didn't want them to rob the store, but he didn't want them to hurt his other fellow employees, and he got fired for it. And this is the type of world we live in where you cannot do anything good because it's not morally right or it's a financial liability. All right. This is the world we live in where everything is just completely, let me get that. Out of course. The foundations of the world are out of course. Psalm 82:5, it says, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. And the foundations of the earth are out of course because the earth according to Job 9:24, is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right. Because the earth is in the hands of bad Uncle Esau, righteous judgment does not go forward, because bad Uncle Esau is the wicked that the Bible speaks of. Okay, you can back this up with Malachi, the 1st chapter, the 3rd and the 4th verse. So because things, as I mentioned earlier, are not morally acceptable, or it's a financial liability, you get punished for it. I remember my dad told me a saying a long time ago. In this world, everything that's right is not the law, and everything that's the law is not right. Okay, especially here in Babylon the Snake. This society has gotten to a point where you can't prosper or build yourself up in any type of way, or do anything good, or give the appearance of anything good, unless you just a grimy ass nigga. That's why the scripture says, woe to them let me do bitter for sweet. Isaiah 5:20, and it says, woe to them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Okay, this is the world that we live in, where if you're a grimy ass nigger, you are considered a person that hustled and did what it took to get to the top, and that should not be the standard of how we judge things that should not be the standard on how we judge the end result of something, because they did whatever it took. Oh, well, what's whatever it took? That they lied on somebody, that they found some vague loophole in the company policy. What this guy did was extremely noble, but he got shitted on because of it. All right, this is the world that we live in, as spoken of. Let's get what's that? I think it's Job 10, where it says, a place where I go. Yep, Job 10:21. It says, before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death. A land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order, and where the light is as darkness. And that's here in Babylon the Snake. This place has no order. It's unorganized, and it thrives off chaos and confusion. So much to the point where people are discouraged from doing the right thing. Now, I'm 43 years old. I grew up at a time in America where it was still noble to do the right thing. If you actually saw somebody who dropped some money and gave it back to them, they'd be like, damn, man, thanks a lot. I really needed that. Or if you stood up to the bully on behalf of somebody else, an older adult would say, hey, man, that was a very stand-up thing you did, young man. Such acts like this were held in high regard because many people back then knew that these were acts that you didn't have to do the right thing on. You weren't going to get scolded or reprimanded. You probably weren't even going to get caught doing it. Or nobody would have looked at you either way. That's the era that I grew up in, but not these new age folks. This new age philosophy of just being a grimy, wicked ass nigga. And see, this is the MO of many of these corporations. That's their loophole. It's company policy, you're not supposed to engage in this type of thing, so we got to fire you. Why? Because it's a financial liability. You try to stop these robbers, then you get shot. The next thing you know, you want to get a lawyer and all this other stuff. So that's the whole premise behind why many of these companies feel that they need to do what they need to do. This is why I can't wait to get up out of this place, because doing the right thing is frowned upon. Not that you should stop doing the right thing, because it's what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai commands. You do the right thing. But it's one of those things where it makes you very skeptical in doing it. We should not have to live in a world where being morally upright is a crime. We should not live in a world where doing the right thing is punishable by unrighteous decree, as spoken of in Isaiah 10:1. This is why we need Yahweh Shai, so we can get up on out of here. So that's all I want to say on this. I hope you all were edified. Till the next time, we're going to say Shalom.